How did China fight the coronavirus? Citizens were locked inside their homes, a draconian lockdown was announced, criticism online was tracked, and dissent was stifled. China's authoritarianism was applauded. The World Health Organization hailed Beijing's response. It let China off the hook for its slow response. Essentially, the WHO turned a blind eye first to the cover-up and then to the ruthless diktats. Appreciating China's responses, by the way, is an endorsement of authoritarianism. There are many who say only China can do it because it is not burdened with a democracy. And China's propaganda machinery is only happy to echo these views. Not only is China patting itself on the back, it is dishing out advice to others on how to deal with this, essentially asking them to follow the China model. It is true that diktats are harder to implement in democracies, but is that necessarily an impediment? The numbers tell a very interesting story. In this pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic, the Wuhan coronavirus pandemic, democracies have performed better than dictatorial regimes. Let me show you how. We start with the case of South Korea. It's a democracy whose response is now considered the gold standard. South Korea reined in the coronavirus without shutting anything down. In fact, Seoul's handling of the outbreak is just the opposite of China's. It is a response with transparency at its core. South Korea did not restrict the movement of people. Instead, it implemented focused and mandatory quarantine for infected patients. The public was advised to stay indoors, avoid public events, wear masks, and practice good hygiene. Very, very simple things. And these orders were backed up with aggressive testing. South Korea carried out up to 15,000 tests a day. From January to mid-March, South Korea screened around 250,000 people. That means 1 in every 200 South Korean citizens was tested. Within a matter of weeks, South Korea was able to flatten the curve more quickly than China, with none of China's brutality. Then we have the Singapore model. This too has been praised by experts. Just like South Korea, Singapore has avoided lockdowns. The country used innovative campaigns to mainstream social distancing, like this bench, where a yellow tape reminds people to sit at a distance, or at the subway station, which keeps passengers in a queue apart. A comprehensive tracking system was implemented to monitor those infected. Authorities ensured compliance of home quarantine through the internet. Taiwan's response too was far better than China's. This is the third in our list. Taiwan has reported a little more than 300 confirmed cases, only 5 deaths. After battling SARS, Taiwan set up a central command center for epidemics. After the coronavirus outbreak, Taipei put together a list of 124 action items. This included a comprehensive effort to screen new arrivals from abroad. And just days after the first reports came out of Wuhan, Taiwanese medical authorities began monitoring incoming flights. Several travelers were screened on the planes itself. Those who were infected were put under complete isolation at home, and to ensure compliance, a fine of more than $33,000 was imposed. There were no mass lockdowns in Taiwan. Despite these successes, Taiwan has been blocked from the World Health Organization because China holds sway there. The point we're making is very simple here. The China model is far from the best. Next time someone tells you to learn from China, remember this. It is a system that institutionalizes oppression, erases facts, and enables a cover-up. Criminal negligence that denied the world time to get ahead of the Wuhan virus. World leaders should be wary of the coronavirus dictatorship. As the case of China has shown, dictatorial regimes have only made this outbreak worse.